Hello, BookTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and I want to chat about my goals for 2022 in this video. I know it's already past the halfway point of January, and I have been thinking a lot about my goals, and I finally had a chance to sit down and sort of reflect on the goals I had set for 2021 and how I did with those, and just kind of wanted to reevaluate what I wanted to do and continue with and change about 2022. And so I thought I would share those with you. So just looking back at my goals video from 2022, and I will link it here in case you're interested, or for 2021, and if you want to go back and watch that. As always, I set my Goodreads goal at 150 books, and I had said in that video that I wanted to read less or listen to less audiobooks than I had in the previous year, and I did. In 2020, I listened to over 300 audiobooks, and in 2021, I listened to 217. So that, not that it's any big deal, I just wanted to be able to not always feel like I had to have my ear in an audiobook at all times. And I wanted to sort of branch out and maybe listen to podcasts or, watch other YouTube videos or whatever. And really what changed for me was in September when I started, when I took over our eBay business. Then I really started watching a lot of reseller YouTubers. So that is what really took a lot of my listening time. Still listen to plenty of audiobooks, and 217 is a pretty respectable number, but I did branch out a little bit. I didn't end up listening to any podcasts, and I still would like to maybe do that going forward. In fact, I had intended to go back and listen to all of the Anne Bogle podcasts that I had not listened to, and I didn't do it. So anyway, another goal was that I wanted to read at least 100 books in print, and I did do that. Granted, I think my total was like 125-ish, and 33 of them were Dr. Seuss books, but still, it's over 100. That's good. I realized that because my goal for 2021 had been to take several different lists and read one book from each of those lists every month. And one thing I discovered about myself that I kind of knew, but it really came home to me last year, is that I like to read thematically. In fact, I'm going to definitely continue that this month and this year. And each month I tend to focus on a particular theme, sometimes two themes, but generally one theme. And then if I, throw in extra books throughout, that's fine. But my focus is going to be on one particular theme for each month. And incidentally, for January, it's usually Christmas catch-up. All the Christmas books that I didn't get to read in December, I try to pick up as many of those as I can in January. So then my Newbery project, I did not complete. I had a goal to complete and finish reading all of the 100 Newbery winners. And at current count, I still have about 20 to read. And I said in last year's video that I had 35 left to read, and I only read 10 that I had never read before and 7 rereads. But when I went back and counted, I only counted about 20, maybe 22. I don't know. Honestly, there's a couple of books that I don't remember well enough, even if I did read them, that I got to reread, which is why I did reread a few. So it's somewhere around 20, maybe not exactly. I did read all of the books for my book club, both book clubs that I attend, that I'm a member of at our public library. I lead the mystery book club, and then the other one, I am just a member. And I have already decided going forward now into 2022 that I will definitely have a goal to read all of the mystery books that, for the book club that I need to facilitate. But the January book for our literati book club, I have already DNF'd. And that just hit home to me when I got to a part and I was getting really upset about what was happening in the book, and I turned it off because it was on my phone. Turned it off and I said, "No, I'm not finishing this." And that just made me realize that I don't need to finish them anyway. If I'm not facilitating the book club, then nothing says I have to finish the book. So that is what I'm going to do going forward. I will finish each of the mystery books, though, so that I'll be able to lead that discussion, even if I don't like it. All right, then the Sunshine State books. I sort of slowed down on those a little bit for this year, and I have only read 7 out of the 15, but I will go ahead and continue throughout the rest of the school year and perhaps go ahead and read all of those. For sure, all the ones that I can get on audio, and really that's just going to leave 1 or 2 others, and so I probably will go ahead and just decide to read all of those. And then my 3 big challenges that I set out for myself, and I invited you all to come along for the Series About Series challenge, and I did complete that. I did a whole video on it just a couple of days ago, so I'll put a link up here in the cards and a link in the description. So I hope you'll check that out if you haven't already. And in that video, I also talked about one of my other projects, which was to finish 12 different middle grade or YA trilogies. And I did finish 8 of the 12, and I was happy with what I got done. Then I had another project to binge some authors. I had picked 21 authors that I wanted to binge read. I had picked like approximately 2 for each month. It varied a little bit. Like there was one month I have 3 and one I only had 1, and so it averaged out. However, of the 21, I only binged 2/3 of those authors. There were 7 authors that I did not read from. One or two of them, 1, 2, 3. 3 of them I did read one book, but I didn't read multiple books by them. However, I did have 31 authors that I read 3 or more books by throughout the year, for a total of 177 books. And the most read author for the year was Dr. Seuss at 33 books. And then down from there was Allie Carter, which was 16 books. And I actually did videos on both of those. The Dr. Seuss video I'll put here. I did that video with my daughter Emily because we read those books together, and also posted every day on Instagram the book that we read. And then I did a separate video about Allie Carter and all of the series and books that I read by her. She's a middle grade YA author, and I had read one of her trilogies in the past, and then I just about read everything else that she has published. Not quite, but I really enjoyed that reading experience. And then going down from there, I had 2 authors that I read 8 books by. Now, most of these, I think of the 177 books, all but maybe 5 to 8 of them were on audio. And, so that's really the only way I was going to be able to accomplish this. But I did listen to 8 different books by Amanda Flower. I listened to 8 books by Elizabeth Peters. I listened to 7 books by Adriana Trigiani, and 7 books by Carleen O'Connor. So those were the big ones. And I have talked about most of those in my Series About Series wrap-up as well, because a lot of them were series. So then, moving on down then to my, let's see, a couple of other challenges. I said that I wanted to read more from my bookshelves, and I had intended to count up how many books during the year that I read from my own shelves, and if I can get around and have time to count that up, I'll put it in the description. But if you look for it and it's not there, I'm sorry. I may not have time to go back and count that up. But anyway, all that to say, I didn't really structure how I was going to do that. So this year, going forward in 2022, I started a new challenge in addition to Series About Series called Binge Your Bookshelves. And my plan there is to take a section of books every month from my shelves and literally go through every one of them and check and see which of these books I can find on audio, either on Hoopla or Overdrive or Audible Plus or Scribd, and or my library on CD, and then try to binge those books so that I can hopefully maybe unhaul several of them and make some space on my shelves throughout the year. So that's what I did for the BookTube spin for round 5. I went through mostly my women's fiction, but a few random places here and there. It was just kind of a mixture of books. And I found 20 books that I could get on audio, and I drew my BookTube spin books from that. And so now I've got a ready-made list of 20 books to get started with, but I will probably just maybe keep those for my BookTube spin throughout the year and go ahead. I mean, I don't know. As the mood strikes, I might go ahead and pluck a few off of that list, but I've got plenty more books here in my house that I can get on audio. And, you know, overall, I'll take a section per month and work on those. So, for instance, in February, the Retro Romance Readathon hosted by Storm from Storm Reads, that's going to be for retro romances. Well, I've got a whole shelf of paperback romances, and a lot of them are retro, and a lot of them are by Debbie Maycomber and a few other authors. So I'm going to go through those and see how many of those I can binge, and, you know, so forth like that. So that is going to be a fun goal, I think, and I'm excited about it. And you're welcome to join me on that. Check out my video, the Binge Your Bookshelf video. I also, in conjunction with that, I am participating in the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge by Chantel Reads All Day, and possibly the Buzzwordathon, although I'm trying to remember what the January one is. I think I do have a book for the January. Is the buzzword for January like who, what, when, where, and how? I think. Okay, I think I've got that one covered. Anyway, that would be a fun thing to do as well. Then I mentioned my Stackmas tree. I am on my next to last book on that tree right now, so I'm going to finish that this year. And then I have a few channel goals. I want to continue to improve the look of my channel. I finally just this month put up a channel trailer, and it's right now it's the same video for subscribers and non-subscribers, but my daughter, she saw it and she's like, well, usually people just pick a video from their, you know, their regular videos. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that if, you know, that's for people who are subscribers. I said, I might do that, but for right now, it's okay. At least it's up there. Then I want to continue to add some of my videos to playlists. And I also just figured out how to take mid-roll ads out of all of my videos as a default. I didn't think, whenever I did that video not too long ago about mid-roll ads, I didn't think you could, and I figured out that you could, so I did, and I'm excited about that. So that's about it as far as bookish goals. A couple of other personal goals. I have mentioned a little bit in previous videos about weight loss. I have lost about 15 pounds, and I would like to lose another 50 to 55 before December 1st so that I can be the weight I want to be for the next Christmas holiday. That would be awesome. And then I have some eBay goals as well. Last year when I first took over our eBay business, I wanted to do 5 listings a day, and I kept up that pretty well for a couple of months, and then I maxed out our store, and then we decided to go ahead and bump up our subscription to a bigger store, but then I kind of got out of the listing habit. So I started back in January, and I have not missed listing at all yet. There have been some days when I only listed one thing, but I still have listed at least one thing, and sometimes more every day so far. So that's really my basic goal, is to not miss any days. But I want to work up to maybe like 10 to 15 listings a day. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm getting better about getting faster with it, and I'm getting through, you know, the things in my garage, and we've organized the garage over the Christmas holidays, and so I do have some old footage that I want to show from you know, some eBay stuff that I filmed, you know, between September and, or well, October and December. But anyway, I just want to kind of catch up with that footage and then have a more regular posting schedule with what I'm doing with our eBay business. So that's, you know, just a separate thing from BookTube, but I just didn't feel like I wanted to make a whole new channel. So if you're not here for that, that is totally fine. All of those videos will be labeled or named Lizziefaye Sells on eBay, and so you can just skip right on over those and it will not hurt my feelings. So that is about it as far as goals. My reading goals will still be 150 books, and I never change it. If I go over that, I just like to watch it multiply, you know, 200%, whatever. It's fun to just see the numbers go up. But if I don't go over 150, I am not going to worry about it, because I am trying to find a little more balance in life and just enjoy the things that life hands me and enjoy my family and earn enough money on eBay to renovate the kitchen. That is my big goal. So, I hope that you will stick around. I appreciate you so much. I love your comments. I know it takes me a couple of days sometimes to get around to responding, but I read them almost immediately, and then when I have time to sit down at the computer, I like to answer them, you know, several all at once. So thank you so much for that. You guys have just become friends to me, and I love chatting with you guys. So that is all for this video. I hope to be back soon with more bookish content, and I hope that you will stick around. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.